Hi guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be demoing the Mad Professor Supreme Overdrive. This is a cool pedal. It's two overdrives in one. The left side is voiced after the Royal Blue Overdrive that Mad Professor makes, and the right side is voiced after the Twimble that Mad Professor also builds. This pedal is created by Matt Schofield. It's kind of his signature pedal, I suppose, and this is what he takes on tour with him. It's like the only pedal he uses now. So the gear we're going to be using to demo this pedal today is my Fender Deluxe Reverb reissue. That's the black face one, as you can see. The settings are, everything's on 5 except for the reverb, and speed and intensity for my tremolo is off. Input 1. The speaker in this amp is a Celestion G12M Creamback. The guitar that we're going to be using one of the two guitars we're going to be using is my SVL 61 Reserve with Mark Foley 59 Reserve pickups in it. And the other guitar is my Gibson ES275, which is all stock, set of 11s on that bad boy. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the demo. Timestamps are going to be in the comments as well as the description of this video, so check that out, and also all the descriptions on the gear that I'm going to be using today in this demo are also going to be there. Everything's clickable, so you can just surf through the video without having to like figure out what's what. It'll say it in the timestamp, so you can just, light drive, find it. Okay, so to start this demo off, I'm going to start with the left side of this pedal. The left side of this pedal with the black knobs and the red light is voiced after the Royal Blue Overdrive. I've set this pedal up right now to kind of be a clean boost on both sides. I'm going to show you what a clean boost kind of sounds like with the Mad Professor. I should add the clean boost adds a lot of volume, which is fantastic, right? So I'm just going to kind of mess around with the pedal settings a little bit and my guitar and let you hear what that sounds like. Here is just the clean sound without the pedal on. Turning the pedal on. So as you can see, the left side of this pedal really pushes the front end of my amp, lets me kind of overdrive it, but at the same time, I can just turn my volume up, get a perfectly clean tone. Turn up a little bit more. As it says in the booklet that comes with this in the box, by the way, the pedal comes with a battery when you first get it, which is fantastic. So as it says in the box, it comes with this little pamphlet of paper right here, which kind of explains how to use the pedal, as well as some other things about the pedal that you should know. So one of the things that it talks about is the left side of the pedal being kind of made for the neck pickup of your guitar, and the right side being made for your bridge pickup. It also says that you can think about using this pedal as the left side being your rhythm side, and the right side being your lead side. Since the left side has such a dynamic gain to it that you can kind of just turn up a little bit and then turn it up when you want some leads, which is pretty cool. I should also note this switch in the middle here allows you to have it set to either A or B, where this button lets you pick between which drive you want, and then when you switch it over, you can stack the overdrive, or you can have that side on, turn it off, or then this side on and turn it off. So that's one cool thing. The way that it stacks in one way. It treats it as if this pedal comes first and it goes into this pedal. You can't reverse it, but that's fine because it sounds pretty great as it is. So now I'm going to show you what the right side sounds like as a clean boost. All right. So let me turn that on and swap it over. Here we go. Cool. So as you can see, this side is also pretty dynamic. It's not as dynamic as the other side in the sense that you you do lose some highs, but it fattens up whatever pickup you decide to use. It's also very loud as well. If you wanted to stack these, I'll show you what that sounds like stacked. Both of these at the same time stacked. It's a tremendous amount of volume. Awesome. Next part of this demo is going to be some light gain. Okay, so for the next part of this demo, I'm going to do some like light drive tones. So this is kind of how I use the pedal myself. I've been using this pedal for a little while now since I received it. Posted some Instagram videos with it as well if you want to go check those out as another tone reference. Jake Baynes Official. You'll find that probably in the description of this video or something. But anyway, so here's how I'd use this pedal as like kind of like a light drive thing. Also, I'd like to note I also have it set up so that I use the right side with the bridge pickup, because I always find the bridge pickup with some drives gets really thin, on a Strat especially. So I like to roll the tone back a bit, maybe to like 5 or 6, and then roll the treble back on this pedal and add a little bit more drive, and you'll see what sounds that gets. I'll show you right now. So Still very dynamic. That's a lot of bass. Nice. Alright, so now I'm going to switch over to the other side, and I'll use it on all pickups, but this is usually the side that I use for my bridge pickup. Kind of like the Dumble-inspired side, I suppose. It's got that touch sensitivity kind of thing going on. Let's add some treble in. Yeah. So both sides are pretty dynamic. As far as anything goes, a lot more dynamic than a tube screamer. At the end of this video, we're gonna compare all these pedals to a tube screamer since that seems to be like the standard. But so the right side is a lot fatter and has more compression than the left side. So it really allows you to kind of get like a fatter drive sound out of it. The left side has a lot more of the glassiness maintained that you would have, you know, if you were just completely not even going through the pedal, right? Yeah, so those are some of the sounds I get out of this. Now, we're going to go on to trying out both sides with my ES275, which is going to be a humbucker example. Okay, so for the next part of this demo, I'm going to do exactly what I did with my Strat, but on my ES275. This thing sounds damn close to a ES335. Just a bit more hollow. But yeah, it's going to give you the humbucker sound. So I'll show you what this thing sounds like clean first, and then I'm going to make this into a clean boost. Turning it on. So it still maintains its dynamics, you know, and when you turn up the guitar, you can really push the front end of the amp. I'll give you a little more treble there, see what that sounds like. So that's that side. Yeah, this guitar loves to feedback. You know, I'm not usually this close to my amp. All right, let's give this side a whirl. See what we can get with this. instantly you can notice quite a lot fatter than this side. This side has it's almost like, I don't know if any of you guys use the Deluxe Reverb, but that side of the pedal can be described as the difference between going from the normal channel to the vibrato channel on a Deluxe, because there is a bright cap that is in the vibrato channel of the Deluxe Reverb, and once you plug into it, you get these real high highs that kind of make the Fender clean. So I suppose this pedal can give you the artificial sounds of the Fender cleans if you were going into a different type of amp. That's something I guess I could try on a later demo. But yeah, so back to this side. A little bit more bright. Yeah, so you get a lot of push out of this pedal. Awesome. So now we're gonna move on to the light drive, medium drive kind of side of this pedal. And then after that, we're going to be looking at what this thing's like when you stack the overdrives on top of each other. Okay, so now we're going to look at how I would use this thing as like an overdrive pedal, how I personally use it. So this is where I kind of have the drives set a little bit higher and the volume rolled back a bit, so you still maintain somewhat of the same volume, but then you turn it on as an overdrive pedal. So. now I'm going to swap sides. Whoops. So you can get a lot out of this pedal, and a lot of different sounds too. Both sides sound a lot different than each other, which is something I like. And I find that the right side is more of a traditional overdrive sound, and more of, I suppose, the Dumble feel, which is the sensitive drive thing going for it. And the left side is very much so a very dynamic overdrive pedal in the sense that you can get very great clean sounds from it, as well as like be able to play, like your rhythm and stuff. When you turn up your guitar volume, you get a totally different sound and a lot more overdrive, but a lot less compression, of course. Maybe it's a little bit more transparent is the right word to use. The EQ is fantastic on these pedals. They're very sensitive. I'd like to note that on the right side, it works just like the Twimble in the sense that when you roll back the treble, it actually takes away a lot of pick attack. And when you change the bass, it's almost as if you're working with the contour knob on the Twimble, in the sense that it changes the I suppose the presence. If you have the presence knob of an amp, it's that kind of deal. So the next part of this demo is going to be us going into doing this pedal but stacked. So I'm going to show you how I use this pedal stacked. Yeah, so stay tuned. Okay, so for the final part of this pedal demo, I'm going to be showing you how I use this pedal stacked, which means I'm using both sides of the pedal running into each other. The only option of stacking this pedal offers is the white side, or the right side, going into the left side, kind of the flow of in and out, right? In, where your guitar is going in and out, going out to the amp. But this sounds fantastic and gives you a lot of different opportunities to kind of shape your sound. So I'll show you what I do with it. So for me, I dominantly use the left side. So I'll turn the left side on, right, and it gives me my dynamic overdrive sound, right? And when I turn it up, I get a lot of power. I might use this as my, I don't know, my lead sound while, singing and I'm playing behind the singer, And then, when my solo comes, I'm going to want a little bit more added to my sound. So, this side doesn't offer too much compression. right? It offers a good amount, but not as much as you maybe would want in your solo. And obviously, you're not going to want to go crazy and have like this massive amount of overdrive, which is going to cause all this sound. So this is where this pedal stacks so beautifully. If I add both sides on, it gives me this. I can tailor the right side to add more compression, take it away, and shape and change the sound, which is really cool. So this is actually how I completely use the pedal. Without. So check this out. So what I can do is I can take away some of the compression by turning down the volume on that side. Right? I can actually make this drive a little bit more relaxed. Adds a little bit of compression when I turn on this side. Without. Usually I like to have it about here though. It's about quite a noticeable difference. So that's where you can also control the EQ. You have two different trebles, so you can So it's kind of like you have like your treble on this side and your presence on this side, because this is controlling what's coming in and this is what's controlling what's coming out. So you get this whole like you tweak one knob on this side and then like you might want to go over and change something on this side for this whole unique different drive sound altogether. So it's kind of like it's three pedals in one in a way, instead of just two. I think is the best way you get the bridge pickup on a Strat to sound, by using this. That's some eerie sounds. But like, yeah, so I suppose with this pedal you get kind of like a three pedal in one kind of deal, right? And you can choose what way you want to use it. It's really functional and it's great for like live stuff as well as playing in your bedroom, because if I turn my amp down, this pedal is going to sound like this pedal's going to sound. It offers you these two different approaches to an overdrive sound, the kind of transparent sound and then the full-on overdrive sound. So yeah, so I recommend checking them out, taking a listen. I mean, great examples of this pedal getting played. Matt Schofield uses this on tour. Sounds fantastic, but that's through his 2-Rock. So this is what this pedal sounds like, something more like what you could pick up at your local guitar center, like a Deluxe. It's just a Deluxe Nothing too crazy about it, right? Very standard Strat here. Beautifully built Strat, but a very standard Strat. You know, there's no crazy fairy dust that's going into this thing. Instead of like 50 pickups, slab of wood. So yeah, thank you so much. If you are interested in watching a demo about the Two-Rock Twimble, which is the more flavored on the right side of this pedal right here, then check this out. This will be coming in a later video, so stay tuned for that. And also there will be a comparison between this pedal and that pedal, a shootout to kind of give you an idea of which top of the line double, two switch Mad Professor pedal you might want to pick up at some point. The great prices, you find them all online. Yeah, thank you so much. Have a nice day. Cool. I think that's it.
One thing before you turn that off.
Already did.
You just, well, whatever. Doesn't really matter.
I just what?
You said it's a Two-Rock Twimble.
Oh.